Yep, beautiful day here in Carmina, Gadalica. Feeling good, feeling fine. Time to see what's up around town. Seems kinda quiet here. I don't know, I got a feeling. I think today is it's gonna be special. Like it's my lucky day. Look down, a little bit of the shiny mirror water there. So many bright lights in this city. It is just beautiful. Let's get a better look at that water. Man, could see your reflection in it if not for this conveniently placed retaining wall. Shops seem kind of empty. Something strange. I feel something strange over by the Chaos Gate. Hey, dude, how you do? Wait. Oh no. No. You're... Okay, I could do this. What if I just use Fairy's Orb? That'll show me the Speed Charm, yeah. Speed Charm. I'll go fast. That's what I'll do. If I go fast, there won't be any man, that was fast. I don't even remember moving, and I'm at the dungeon. Just let it load up here. Oh boy. I'm in the second room already. But hey, I'm getting goodies. There's an ice flow. This won't be so bad. What can it possibly have? Look, it's a starfish. Let's play tag with the starfish. Twilight Tarot. What could go wrong? Howdy everybody, this is Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, and if you hadn't noticed from the stat drop there, that was no dream. Our third encounter with Twilight Tarot ended sort of the way the other two did, an abject failure. Still fun and fascinating that we keep running into these events, sort of have the golden touch on that. That's about the only golden touch I had when I recorded this. I recorded this yesterday, in what was just sort of a snake-bit day for me. One of those days where absolutely nothing went right, and if you noticed our sword is a slightly different model than usual, well, that's part of our snake-bit day. Turns out I did something dumb and ended up locking up the game, and when I came back in, the character save was corrupted. So just about every item I had was reset back to starting. It let me keep the grunty flute. Unfortunately, I lost the item from the Sports Day event, and all of our really cool, overpriced, overpowered gear, too. So, we're in a bit of an under-leveled area, not really fighting for the experience here, mainly fighting for items to sell for gold back in town, and we're going to be data draining a bunch today, too. Things you never get to see me do. I believe the sword we have now is Siegfried. I like it. I really do. It's not the level 90 Fair Soul I had. But no point in complaining, nothing to do now but pick up the pieces and move forward. Speaking of pickup, we got a Mage's Soul out of there. I believe I traded my Mage's Souls away in town for an item when playing offline. I think for an armor. Give myself a bit of a better chance here. Just wanted that Menhir out of the way. I know it's going to be a little tougher for me to take out these phantoms. Also, don't have any gear with Aptorv in it. I know I've been hitting the physical accuracy like it's going out of style with this character. In fact, the only reason I got up to the level 20 area as quickly as I did with my Blade Master was due to Aptorv and a powerful sword, and just turned it into a sort of one-hit fight. Either the monster was going to kill me outright, or I was taking it down in one. Not the sexiest form of gameplay I know, certainly not the most interesting thing to watch, but it was what I wanted to do with this character, because this was my main, and this is the one I wanted out forward. As you can see, I've been playing a slightly more straightforward fashion with Grumpo Guy and Dionysius, my other two characters, because Long Arms and Wave Masters are just kinda cool. But we're going to be making our way through here. Just noticing in the playback that from the distance, the trees here kind of look like they're like treants or little tree people. I guess large tree people. Come to the spring here, and I'm just going to throw in the highest level thing I got. It's a rainy field, not sure if it's day or night. Don't want to risk a weapon on it. Coming up against level 1 Grandpa, so I'm pretty sure he's just going to give me a golden axe and silver axe and my anklet back. Again, just trudging around the field here, get a phantom and a... is that a dark witch? 2 phantoms, sorry. Yeah, it's definitely a dark witch. Usually tell by the spell animation, if nothing else. Go for a data drain here, and we pick up a Shanato, or Shanato. I've got to start asking people what syllable to put emphasis on. Next time I'm pestering people in the Fragment Resurgence Discord, I'll just go to the translation booth and be like, no, really, how do you say this? I'll get booted. Those poor souls had to deal with me yesterday. What's really great is just about every time you go onto the Fragment Resurgence Discord, though, you see or hear people picking up the game for the first time or showing their buddies how to play. And really helpful community, and it's just amazing to see every single day something new is happening. I know they're putting in hard work getting the bulletin boards and the mail system to work. How ridiculous is that? I know it's 2020, who's really worried about an email and bulletin board system. But it was kind of the cool thing about this series was how immersive a world they jammed into this single player game, and how cool it would be to have all of that in one shot. So yeah, the inner geek in me is sort of thrilled to think, yeah, I could send flash mail. Member addresses will matter. People are already arranging card swapping parties for when it goes live. How great is that? Kind of a pick-me-up we need in a year that, quite frankly, has sucked. It sucked a milkshake through a straw in one shot. It's probably the nicest way I could put it. Doesn't say much for my people skills, does it? So trap chest there is going to give us a resurrect. Certainly not going to argue with any consumable item, because most of them I came to this field with 5 of. I did make sure to buy some fortune wires beforehand, which is usually a cardinal sin of mine when I have a new character. I just go right to it. Pick up an earth axe out of the menhir there. There was an episode of Frasier back in the day where they're watching Antiques Roadshow. They decide to play a drinking game where they have a drink every time somebody says veneer. And every time I'm playing Fragment and my wife hears me and I say a menhir, she goes, menhir, like they would in a show. Gotta start keeping a beer on hand for when I play in the evenings. Make the menhir drinking game. Drink every time they revive a monster. There you go. Grab some soda for those of you who aren't of legal drinking age. Don't want to be an irresponsible old guy gaming here. Got a couple more portals. Pick up the moon there, which I just see as 100 gold. Here's another menhir and another dark witch. And another earth axe. Seems redundant, but I'll take it. And hey, the nice ego stroke for dealing 4,000 damage to that little level 0 guy is not bad either. Again, we're going to pick up Jack as far as experience goes, but we're going to run through this. There you see our little Stretch Armstrong guy for the data drain meter. Guess he's not really a Stretch Armstrong, we're not pulling him. Let's call him a Glow Armstrong. Let's see if we can make that a thing, huh? If you're watching the video, just start referring to the data drain model as Glow Armstrong. I want to see if we can make that a thing. Hit our last field portal here, which of course means it's not the last monster on the field. That would be silly. So we have another Phantom flying into frame there. Get a little bit of damage on it. I believe I did a revolver. I want to say that's my skill right now. I got so used to the other stuff, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bummed out recording this. But the show must go on, and you know what? It does provide for some great work there. Great work for me to do building it back up, and a little bit of extra time to get the journey documented. Hopefully you enjoyed the intro. Tried to do something a little different with the editing this time. Grab the noble Grunty and ride my way into the mouth of the mushroom. Yeah, I spliced together a couple clips on that one. I've been working with OBS. Again, if anybody has talked to me on the Discord, they could verify this for you if you think this is an act. I am as stupid technologically as I sound. Just never been a thing for me. It's just not something I acclimate to all that well. But I'm learning. I'm trying. Hopefully it's paying off. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. At the very least, hopefully you're getting a chuckle out of giant starfish smacking me down like I was made out of cardboard. So already feeling kinda good about this dungeon. Literally feeling good because it's giving us nothing but chests here in the first level. We needed items, and items it gives. Get a pure water out of that skeleton so we know it didn't die of thirst, right? Why'd I ask? You can't hear that. Okay, now we're into this little square room, giant hole in the middle, so... Got floating stones, too. That's kind of a cool effect. Pick up an antidote out of that jar. And an ice storm. Just zipping right along. Pretty much as conflict-free as it can get. I mean, is this our first monster portal? It's either our first or our second, and we're a good ways into this sucker already. There it opened up, and for whatever reason I wasn't able to open that chest. It just took my targeting reticle right off the thing. But it was a couple Dark Witches, getting them out before any damage. The one did manage to start casting a spell, and then I struck it down before it could finish. So you got to see a bunch of illusory skulls, which are the best kind for October. Happy Halloween, everyone. Shameless plug time. If you're into Halloween, if you're into retro games, if you're into monotone drolling about graphical blood, check out the retro section. Just did a horror movie game double feature featuring a couple of, I believe, unlicensed games for the Atari 2600. Not gonna lie, the Noisy Wisps, I would data drain just for the sake of data draining them. Like, if I'm at critical, and I know one more data drain could put me over, and I run into 3 Noisy Wisps, it's like, be prepared to level down, folks. It's happening. I'll fight a couple of them here, but especially given the fact that I was relying on the blood items, I think I'm out of them at this point. I'm either out of them or I only have one left. I think Hunter's Blood is the one that gives the physical accuracy boost. I wanted to go ahead and get those so I at least had a fair shot at the early going. But hey, blessing and a curse. I had this real nice, easy first level, which drained the hunter's blood, but it gave me a nice little ease into this dungeon, a chance to relax a little. It was funny too. When my character got reset, I was going a little over dramatic. It was a rough day at work, just the sort of day I wanted to come home and just kind of forget about, and instead it just seemed to be compounding when I went into the fun stuff. And to his credit, my son, just oh so supportive. He's like, I feel bad that Daddy's character got reset. I'm like, aw, buddy, don't feel bad. That's my job. Such a sweet boy. But yeah, I was a mopey little sad sack yesterday. Then I spent so much time trying to get this back up and running that I ran myself late. Hung around for a little bit once I ran into Twilight Tarot to see if anybody was interested in the New Year's event. I figured I could at least be a placeholder if a party came wanting to do it. Don't know what I was doing here on screen. There's clearly a chest there, and then I run back out of the room like, nope, don't want that, do I? Went back for it, and the devil is acquired. But once it was pretty clear nobody was jumping on, I went in, let the board do its deed to me, and here we are back at level 30 on a quest for redemption. Not such a bad thing overall. Again, a lot of this was easily gained from gaming the system. I jumped online into some higher level servers and got some nice gear with money I'd saved up. If you find yourself kind of stuck in the game, there's a good tip. Head online, go to some servers with some endgame root towns, spend some cash. Not the flashiest gear in the world, but it's a high level. You will deprive yourself the chance to data drain a whole bunch of monsters, though. Of course, given the fact that one of the drawbacks for data draining monsters is experience loss, I could see you wanting to hold off on that. Just like that, we're out of the first floor and into the second. Hope you're all doing well out there. I'm certainly doing well because I'm recording .hack fragment footage. I'm doing audio over gameplay right now. What's not to love about that? Hit another data drain there, and we get a water god axe. Okay, that's one of the funnier enemies to data drain because it's a little mama bird sort of wearing the nest as clothes and just sort of strutting around with it around its waist, and the little baby birds in there as well. Been data draining a bit there. As you can see, Glow Armstrong's getting a little green in the sensitive area, so we better tone it down a bit there. Obviously, you got a ways to go. We go through the whole infrared scale until we're lit up like a Christmas tree with yellows and reds, but don't want to chance it too much now. Glow Armstrong. You know what else that reminds me of? The SmackDown vs. Raw games. The little model they give your display to let you know just how badly you're getting beaten. Keep on draining, keep on getting water god axes. Those sold real nice when I got back to town, which was good because, you know, healing potions ain't cheap. Picked up a nice flow there. And an invisible egg. There's another bonus. This will be the first Weekend Warrior I've recorded in forever where it doesn't tell me I can't pick up another golden egg. I never did get to those other grunties. Life just sort of got in the way, and I'm a bit too lazy to be a grunty dad. Forgot about that death touch ability. That nearly undid me there, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably called it a night at level 29. Fortunately, I hit the button, got my potion, and we get through this. Honestly, I was kind of lucky on those two. I think that was the only time I got a dying trigger. If I did get it again, it would have been in a time where I just hurried up and hit the potion quick. because that was really the only time in the dungeon I legit felt like, uh-oh, here it goes. Bit of an empty room there. Another pain thing is that as far as healing spells go, all I've got on me is rep. One of those you don't know what you got till it's gone sort of deals. I'd picked up a piece of headgear with ol rep pretty early on in the build of this character, and I just kept that thing forever. Because, you know, it was one shortcut and I'm full healed after the casting animation, perfect after combat. Even heading up into level 30 and 31, you know, 400 hit points, that's most of your hit points, that's a quality heal. Back to rep, man, I'm telling you, 677 on the hit points and healing 150 at a time, it's a chore. Gamer problems, you know? If you're a dot hack fan, you've come to the right place. I do a ton of dot hack related material. About half of my uploads are fragment uploads, and I also do PS4 live streams. I've been doing dot hack GU last recode. Been revisiting the Forest of Pain. Just finished up blocks 80 through 89, and bit of a momentous day. First block we failed an objective on. It's a revisit, so if you're looking for the boss battles, I'm afraid I can't help you there. But we've been doing 10 blocks a day now, and only got that last chunk left, so Wednesday's gonna be our finale. Gonna go ahead and throw that out there. If you're a fan, try to get those off the ground 7 o'clock Eastern. 7 a.m. Eastern, I should say. So it's a rise and shine. More like rise and data drain. I'd say rise and drain, but that just sounds wrong. Plus I already said it. Come up on some witches and a noisy wisp. Noisy wisps just have all of the abilities. They got the death touch, they got the skill drain, they're tough to hit. Look like they turn into an evil monsieur when they, when they get drained. I know it's like Adoro is the monster name, but every time I drain them, I see the little blue dot pop up and I'm like, yeah, I know, golden axe or silver axe. Yeah, I went for the hunter's blood there and I'm all tapped out. Did find the stairs down to 3, but again, we're on a collection mission. Not here for the chest at the bottom per se, though that is the ultimate goal. And we're not here for the experience. But you can't collect the items if you don't go to the rooms. So we'll explore it. We're gonna 100% this. Which means more wood harpies and more noisy wisps. Wood harpies not too big a deal, because again, we're level 30. This I want to say was level 19 field or somewhere thereabouts. Not the worst thing on the planet. Pick up another ice storm and see another trapped chest. Always a welcome sight, because I will take a resurrect as a straight up trade for a fortune wire any day of the week. Not gonna get that deal back in town, so you might as well take it in the dungeon. Yet another thing I've said at least 100 times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. The accent colors on these dungeons, just perfect. Nice soft green, glowing. Loving this cave, more so than that giant skeleton that's buried in the wall. But hey, I make fun of them every month, right? So that's floor 2. Moving into the 3rd here, and we got another T-shaped room. A lot of intersections here. Looks like we got some armors too. I'm not gonna guess the type because honestly I forget. Is that a Tetra? No, it's a general armor. See, I would have been wrong. So it's a general armor. I don't have any lightning abilities anyway. And I get charmed. Apparently thought it was really pretty when I pulled the helmet off on the data drain. Eventually get over that and just bop it on the head for 3,600. Pick up my quality 0 points experience and move on. Check out the water effect. Yeah, I know I say it all the time, but it's just cool to see that water effect. I like the layering on it. The mirror water, the sort of like mirror jello effect you get in Carmina Gadalika is cool, but it's a little weird to see. It's kind of doesn't fit as well as the other one does in my mind. There we pick up a Setetsu. Pretty sure that's twin blade weapon. Pretty sure I used that at some point. I don't have a twin blade on fragment, but I want to say that's in the original game, because 99% of this stuff is. It sounds like something I've used previously. Of course, I guess a lot of these are just going to sound like generic RPG weapons anyway, so. I don't know, let me know which game that's in. Pick up the death there. The death was something we were very familiar with by the time we got this far into the playthrough. I think overall I ended up having my character reset 3 different times yesterday, just trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. Which was a shame because at one point I was really rolling on the items, just finding NPCs offline to trade with like crazy. I had a life drain sword, I had Aptorv and Apcorv on my items, all of my stats were good, my resistances were good, then headed back online, boom, crash, done. Really weird crashes too. Like first it was 4 Moo Guardians casting simultaneously and I'm like, okay, this computer's years old, it's just a Walmart build that I got for doing my taxes. I could see that taxing it a bit much. But the other 2 times it was like a portal opened and I made the mistake of shifting the camera slightly while it was opening and it just went to shit. I was getting maybe 14 frames and then it just eventually cut out on me. So I shut everything down, asked for help on the Discord. Eventually ended up just regressing a patch on the translation. I found 2.0 on the tele patch was far more stable for me than 2.5. I didn't have to worry about any of these crashes. Didn't want to keep bugging those guys. They were more than patient with me on all the questions I had previous. Little did I know that a bit more than an hour after I got 2.0 back up and running, Twilight Tarot again, and I was back on the Discord telling them, hey guys, event. Didn't get nearly the fanfare because it's New Year's. Just a few days ago, .hack Network posted a live stream where I think 3 different servers triggered the New Year's event. That was insanity. Had it confirmed that if you go into the dungeon and exit out, it will void the event, but I think Erroneous showed you could go to the field and then gate out right away, and it won't do a thing. Seems kind of weird, actually, now that I think about it, because the first time that the missus and I hit the New Year's event, maybe the key is just not interacting with anything. Because we had tried sneaking into the dungeon, and we were low level. I think I was level 5, she was level 4, or something to that effect. And I got taken down by a monster in the field, and I'm just like spazzing over there. I'm like, go back, gate out. God, why she doesn't throw things at me when I get in those moods, I don't know. Patience of a saint, that woman. I'd tell you to party up with her if she's ever online. Her main account is a wave master named Luna, but then I found out through the Akashic records, Luna is like one of the 5 most common names for players. I went to check it out and be like, oh, this is cool, we can check out our players' stats. And I typed in Luna and like 6 names popped up. So she is a wave master named Luna with gray hair. I think she chose Darkness Element as her starting color choice. Which again, we just picked because we kind of liked it. I think I went Water Element with this Blade Master because I like the color blue. Didn't really think about it having a tangible effect on the character. But that's yet another neat wrinkle in this game. The fact that little things like that do matter. So enough of a grumpy old guy droning, let's get back to the action here as we seem to be doing a little bit of the old backtrack here on the 3rd floor of this dungeon. I forget the names, I sort of have a selective amnesia here. I don't really remember too many of the details because at this point I'm like, okay, let's just get something on the board. Let's have a successful online run and then let's log out. My goal was to just not have a corrupted save message greeting me in the morning at this point. Here we've got a few general armors, we're going to take them out in kind. I don't think I do any drain. Maybe I drained this last one here? Yeah, okay. I did a lot of data draining. Probably more data draining in this dungeon than I had done previously with my Blade Master combined. And if it wasn't more, it was damn close to equal. There I pick up a Frost Bracer and another death. Which again, mode of the day for yesterday, picking up another death. Finally made our way through that long and windy side passage, and I believe we found all the rooms that are to be found that way. Maybe in general, because I think I hit below this already. Yeah, nothing to do here but go to floor 4. Speaking of nothing to do, we've hit the 30-minute mark on this recording, so if you're still with me here, thank you very much. Always happy to have you along. Heading down to the 4th floor of this dungeon here, a bit of an item retrieval and character building exercise, both literally and figuratively. Gonna do some pro tricks here, hit a speed charm so we move a little faster. Also gonna Fairy's Orb, see just how close we are to the end here. Learned my lesson there after blindly following around Dow and Slishstroll in the Sports Day event that now nobody has evidence of me being in, unless you check out this channel or Slishstroll's, where he has a lovely high-def run of the thing. I believe Dow recorded that and Slishstroll has it uploaded. Just going off the perspective of the character. Again, really neat because you could check it out with one user interface and then come on here and check it out with another user interface. It was a really cool evening. This also ended up being a really cool evening and probably one I'll speak far higher about when, you know, the utter salt cake is out. Because man, is there some harsh feelings towards this. Just the first time you see that red text on your character and you're like, no. I mean, the other 2 times it got wiped was bad, but that was everything. Marching our way down here, we've got a general armor and a wood harpy. Just hacking through. Dot hacking through. Cast her up there just to get us up to full, and at this point, Not really thinking too much into anything, just moving through and going wherever I see a yellow dot. Those will be our portals on the map. Those blue squares are treasure chests for those who are just getting into the game or looking to get into the game. Surprised I didn't drain there. That would have been a good spot to drain that wood harpy. I must have been concerned about the gauge. Got the phantom though. And we got a fire lizard. Great news for me, that's foot equipment that I could wear with Aptorf. Didn't think about it at the time because again, I'm just focused on getting this in and done. But I picked up something that gives me my favorite boost back, and I'm not going to be angry with that. Check out the little treasure chest here. I'm sure you've all seen me smash up corpses for items in the past, so we're just going to skip the other half of that room there and move into this corridor. Got 2 phantoms and a wood harpy. Means a lot of overhead swinging for me. Gotta be rough on the shoulders, you would think, swinging a sword at all these flying enemies. Yes, I'm that big a dork. I think in exactly those terms. Get 3 kills to the better. Not for the experience, but we're certainly not going to turn it down. Pick up an ice storm and move into this square room with a portal in the way back. Just a general armor. Sort of a letdown there. So we'll drain it. Our hit point and skill points have been restored. And hey, the bracelet is glowing. We got Drain Arc. Liking that news. Ever find ourselves in that 3-wisp situation again, we could just go ahead and drain them all at once we hit the protect break. Some people love Drain Arc, some may just stick to the original because it's a bit cheaper skill point wise. I'm going to go ahead and switch my shortcut up from Data Drain to Drain Arc. Glow Armstrong, once again a lovely shade of green. Little bit of yellow there in the core. Been doing a little bit of work. Just hopping through at this point. It's about this point actually that I realized that there's a small rectangular room with a chest at the end. And when you see those, especially in the R1 games, 9 times out of 10, a dead-end room like that with a chest, that's your statue room. There I was expecting a monster. It was a trapped chest. So I got cursed in a fortune wire. Such is life. Look at what you're doing before you click the button, kids. PSA from a grumpy old guy gaming. Coming up to our last portal, I believe. Couple wood harpies. Yep, all open. All open, the thought you have when you reach for the 13th cannon, a 12-pack. Pick up the death and an ice storm. Suppose that running theme is hypothermia, the death from an ice storm. Yeah, that was a dumb joke. Grumpy old guy dumb joking here. Not much to do, our speed charm is wore off, but there's only the statue room left, so we'll take a nice leisurely jaunt over to it. Gotta be panting like a dog in August at this point anyway. Never had the best cardio. Let's check out what we got here. In the chest, get a good little selfie angle there. We got a fire helm, a health drink, and a grunty doll. So I believe I just go for the Sprite Ocarina here. I'll check this stuff out back in town. I want to thank you all very much for joining me on this very special edition of the Weekend Warrior. Hope you are doing well, and I hope you enjoyed. Hope to catch you on here again, and we will talk to you next time.